Dedication, Preface, and Chapter 1 of The Power House. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Expatriate in Bangor, Maine. The Power House by John Buchan. Dedication. To Major General Sir Francis Lloyd, K.C.B. My dear General, a recent tale of mine has, I am told, found favour in the dugouts and billets of the British front, as being sufficiently short and sufficiently exciting for men who have little leisure to read. My friends in that uneasy region have asked for more, so I have printed this story, written in the smooth days before the war, in the hope that it may enable an honest man here and there to forget for an hour the too urgent realities. I have put your name on it, because among the many tastes which we share one is a liking for precipitous yarns. J.B. Preface by the Editor. We were at Glenaicill, 6 of us, for the duck shooting, when Leithen told us this story. Since 5 in the morning we had been out on the skerries, and had been blown home by a wind which threatened to root the house and its wind-blown woods from their precarious lodgment on the hill. A vast nondescript meal, luncheon and dinner in one, had occupied us till the last daylight departed, and we settled ourselves in the smoking room for a sleepy evening of talk and tobacco. Conversation, I remember, turned on some of Jim's trophies which grinned at us from the firelit walls, and we began to spin hunting yarns. Then Hoppy Binge, who was killed next year on the Brahmaputra, told us some queer things about his doings in New Guinea, where he tried to climb Carstents and lived for 6 months in mud. Jim said he couldn't abide mud. Anything was better than a country where your boots rotted. He was to get enough of it last winter in the Ypres salient. You know how one tale begets another, and soon the whole place hummed with odd recollections, for 5 of us had been a good deal about the world. All except Leithen, the man who was afterwards Solicitor General, and, they say, will get to the Woolsack in time. I don't suppose he had ever been farther from home than Monte Carlo, but he liked hearing about the ends of the earth. Jim had just finished a fairly steep yarn about his experiences on a boundary commission near Lake Chad, and Leithen got up to find a drink. "Lucky devils," he said. "You've had all the fun out of life. I've had my nose to the grindstone ever since I left school." I said something about his having all the honour and glory. "All the same," he went on, "I once played the chief part in a rather exciting business without ever once budging from London. And the joke of it was that the man who went out to look for adventure only saw a bit of the game, and I who sat in my chambers saw it all and pulled the strings. They also serve who only stand and wait, you know." Then he told us this story. The version I give is one he afterwards wrote down when he had looked up his diary for some of the details. CHAPTER I. Beginning of the Wild Goose Chase. It all started one afternoon early in May, when I came out of the House of Commons with Tommy Deloraine. I had got in by an accident at a bye election, when I was supposed to be fighting a forlorn hope, and as I was just beginning to be busy at the bar, I found my hands pretty full. It was before Tommy succeeded in the days when he sat for the family seat in Yorkshire, and that afternoon he was in a powerful bad temper. Out of doors it was jolly spring weather, there was greenery in Parliament Square, and bits of gay colour, and a light wind was blowing up from the river. Inside, a dull debate was winding on, and an advertising member had been trying to get up a row with the Speaker. The contrast between the frowsy place and the cheerful world outside would have impressed even the soul of a Government whip. Tommy sniffed the spring breeze like a supercilious stag. "This about finishes me," he groaned. "What a juggins I am to be mouldering here. Joggleberry is the celestial limit, what they call in happier lands the pink penultimate. And the frowst on those back benches! Was there ever such a moth-eaten old museum?" "It is the Mother of Parliaments," I observed. "Damned monkey house," said Tommy. "I must get off for a bit, or I'll bonnet Joggleberry or get up and propose a national
Sample complete. Ready to continue?